Hey folks, I know this episode or video that we're doing today, learning a little stuff. So I'm going to teach you just a little bit more, or show you some things that you probably didn't know. This is a knockoff wheel. And it's not a knockoff as far as a cheap Chinese piece of garbage either. This is a very expensive rim, to be very honest with you. It's made by Kelsey Hayes. And the only thing that holds this wheel and tire on is this spinner right here. And if you look on the top of it, it's got a little off to show you what direction to hit this thing. And you're going to hit it on the ends of these. So you can spin it off with this, the lead hammer. And you can see that this has hit a couple of these wheels before. These cars, if they were produced with the knockoff wheels from the factory, they gave them a lead hammer inside the car, you know, where the jack is and all that kind of stuff. They'll give them a lead hammer to do this. The actual reason for the knockoff designation is because you actually have to hit them. You got to knock them off. And it's not because it's cheap. Remember, it's not cheap. It's expensive. So you got to hit it and spin that spinner like that. Then see what holds it on? Right there. Pretty cool stuff. So then we'll grab this baby. And that's it. Kelsey Hayes, the KH, and the date code. 2 of 7/65. So 7th month, which is July, 2nd day of July, 65. That's when this rim was made for this car. So we took off the knockoff. I showed you how that worked, right? Here's the caliper. There's the little inspection marking from the guy, the inspector, that's going to tell you that it's good, it's not good, whatever. But if you go over here, you see that little zero, right? That's a zero. And they are shims. There's a core support. There'll be shims inside here to raise and lower that core support depending on where this front end needs to be sitting. Well, this car doesn't have any shims over here. And that's so, as it's rolling down the assembly line, they're going to put a zero for no shims. But if you come back over here, and you notice over here, there's two lines designated for two shims in this area, right here in this body mount. And they put these markings all around the frame, wherever the body is mounted, wherever it has the rubber mounts and the shims, they have to mark on the frame how many go in that spot. So it's another little tidbit that you folks wouldn't know. Oh yeah, and if you notice there's tape, well, that tape is actually holding the shims on as it's rolling down the assembly line before this body goes down, so they don't move and they don't fall out, and they actually tape them. And that tape is left on there even when the car is delivered. So when you're getting your car judged, tape's got to be there because they're going to look for it. Something else you wouldn't know unless you're talking to us right here at Muscle Cars of Texas.